You can hear me, Tuffy?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yep.
Nothing on the table. Nice into 15. Oh, and very late.
first heat in 8 minutes. Das ist das 5. Weltcup-Skeletonrennen für die Frauen in dieser Saison von China.
Habt ihr oben ein Headset für die Kamera, aber irgendwie funktioniert kein Bolero.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the European Championships here in St. Moritz. A couple of technical issues this morning. Hopefully, we'll get those all sorted. Good morning. It's a slightly snowy morning here in St. Moritz. Martin Haven and Tuffy Latour waiting to take on World Cup number 6 of the Tour. And Tuffy, the track that everybody wants to come to. Everybody loves being here.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't hope for snow in St. Moritz, but we got a little bit falling, and the good thing is just a light snow. So the track workers here are amazing, and they should be able to take care of all the straightaways to make sure the track is clear for them. And like we see right here, Martin going through Snake into the infamous Sunny Corner, heading down into Nash-Dixon, named after the famous Nash-Dixon duo, gold medalist in 1964 in bobsled, and through at the great Horseshoe, Telephone Shamrock into Devil's Dyke. Here's where the speed really starts to pick up, down into Tree, Bridge, Leap, and then Gunter Sachs, and then into Martineau. And this is the fastest part of the track right here. And then you need to head up into Portago and through the finish line.
It's the longest track in the business. It's the only track still made by hand. As they were talking about in the Hall of Fame presentation yesterday, this place exists on water and skill. The skill of the track workers who come in late November and build the whole thing from ice afresh every year. So as a result, it is like a tailor-made pair of shoes. Every single year, it's very slightly different. And this year, particularly in the first training, the athletes were having a lot of trouble getting off Horseshoe, that big left hand 180-degree bend.
Yeah, every year it's just slightly different, and this year it seemed to be a little bit more laid back. So the athletes were having trouble getting off that exit, but as the week progressed, it seemed everybody was picking up on the nuances of the track in that curve, and should see some really great racing today.
So they've all got a little bit of horseshoe shoulder after slamming into Telephone. Here's our start list. Kimberley Bos, European Championship bronze medalist last year and a former winner on this track, will lead us off. 25 sleds in the field and a brand new slider will be the last to go. 17-year-old Mariia Ivchuk from Ukraine. Boy, she is in at the deep end, barely a year into her sliding career. So Kimberley Bos gets us underway here in St. Moritz, World Cup number 6 of the IBSF Women's Skeleton Tour, and the most historic track, the longest, fastest in the business.
Yeah, it's interesting that Kim went with the left groove. Typically, athletes are going with that right groove to get them early into that first kink. So far, so good. Nice and clean down into wall.
5:35 start record.
And as I say that, she takes a tap.
The early corners are so gentle. You've got to really be careful with them and try not to touch the wall at all.
Yeah, the whole track is very subtle. The track workers do an amazing job here to shape this track, and so far she's looking good.
Winner here 2 years ago.
Yeah, nice. That's a nice exit of Horseshoe. I prefer if she didn't drag her toe, but it was good. And she's setting the tone here, Martin.
Yeah, speed in the forest already over 107 kilometers an hour, and these fast four right-handers really accelerate you down onto the long straight down to Martineau and Portago.
And 128 speed, so the decent speed so far.
79.3 miles an hour at 8:30 in the morning. 1:11.69, well, we'll be going a lot quicker than that later on during the day.
But setting that track record's new every year, but good to set the tone right away.
Yeah, you can see that she was dragging her toes a little. At the end of training, they were flying way past the finish. So down this early couple of corners, barely daring to breathe.
That's a tough tap, especially in the flat part of the track. And then A really tough corner this year is Shamrock, and you saw her hit out of that.
Yeah, lots of taps on the
That's
right
been tough for the bobsledders and the skeleton athletes.
Martino Portago, the bottom two corners as well. Let's see what Anna Fernstaedt can produce.
Yeah, Anna had some great results in Winterberg and trying to, mimic those results here.
She's really in the form of her career, I think, having a great time on and off the sled. 5:47, 1200s behind Kimberley Bos at the start.
And these are just some great shots by the TV crew.
So kink 1 and kink 2. Nothing here has a number. Like Cortina, every corner has a name, and all of them have got a century-old history.
Absolutely, this is awesome. Through Sunny, heading into Nash-Dixon. Nice and clean so far. We'll see where she is on this exit of Horseshoe.
Good height, and again, little toe drag down into telephone.
And 2500s behind, so Kim did have a great run, even with those taps up top.
She's a little cleaner from telephone to Shamrock, and there's the result. Slightly better speed, 3/10 down. Now, anywhere else, you would have finished the run by now, but there's still a lot of ice left before the finish.
Yeah. Into Martineau.
Huber Martineau, the first president of the Bob Club.
And through Portago.
Alfonso de Portago, the Spanish royalty, Spanish nobleman who raced skeleton in the Olympics and died in the 1955 Mille Miglia. He was a racing driver for Ferrari as well, because when you're posh, you do all those things.
He actually raced bobsled as well, finished 4th in the 1956 Olympics.
Yeah. So he was a member of the Bob Club here as well, as were Nash and Dixon. That's why the 1964 two-man gold medalists, who are British, were named.
And this is nice right here. She's getting off. Just that little bit at the start. The deficiency is what you see at the bottom here.
It's breathless stuff here, isn't it? We're nearly 2,000 meters above sea level, so even walking up the steps in your hotel is tiring.
It is.
Right, let's see what Tabby Stoker's got for us. 4th place last year. Oh, okay.
Amazing start.
Yeah. 1100s quicker than Kimberley Bos.
Great velocity, great form. She's got her head down, shoulders down, heading into wall. And 3/10 up already. And Tabby's looking to build on that through the snake corners and into Sunny. And she's building on it, Martin.
She really is, isn't she? Down past Monty's Bolt into Nash and Dixon. Little tap going into Dixon.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to take those taps in the flat area of the track.
Again, that toe steer.
Yeah, and she's down to 3,400, second fastest speed. So let's see if she can recover down here at the bottom. Good form and good driving. Well, there it is, right there, 108 speed.
Yep, Anna Fernstaedt was actually quicker than Kimberley Bos there as well, so Tabby Stoker's going to hopefully get out of the final right-hander quickly enough.
128.5, fastest speeds we've seen. Just by, ooh, 2 taps going up into Portago.
Yep.
She should have the lead, though.
Wow. 1:11.31, so another new track record and a new start record for Tabby Stoecker. Now, this is an unusual track. Everywhere else, you want to go early because that's when the ice is at its freshest, at its best, and it tends to slow down. Here, it's exactly the opposite. And actually, a couple of days ago, when the men were racing, it had been nearly -25 overnight. The track was super frosty.
Yeah, the colder it is, the slower it is at the beginning of the order and gets faster progressively through the order. And it's any early morning race here, you still have those little almost sandpaper type of, when they spritz the track, little beads of ice. And as every sled goes down, it clears that ice and it clears a clear pathway for the athletes.
Jackie Pfeifer, 6th place here in St. Moritz last year, 4th off at the top of the hill. And Pfeifer, one of the slower starters in the field. The longer the track, the better it works for her. 5:41.
But that's an excellent start by Jackie.
Yeah. Only 1700s behind Tabby Stoecker and only 600s behind Kimberley Bos.
Yeah, and look at her form. Great form. 3,600 here, but we're going to see her cut that deficit. Long, lean athlete. and she's just got great driving technique.
Kind of surprising, she's only ever had 2 medals here at the top flight, a silver and a bronze.
She's already up to second.
Yeah. I mean, you see Janine Flock with great results here, and this is a really similar slider.
Yeah, fastest speeds, 2700s down right now. And we'll see at this next split, Martin. Yeah, down to 19, 109, so fastest speeds by far.
Yeah. Kilometre an hour up on Tabby Stoecker.
Really nice down into Martineau. 129, wow.
Over 80 miles an hour for the first time.
That's going to be a track record, yeah.
Wow. All right, so Jacka with the lead. And again, Tina Herman's had success on this track, her former teammate. Again, not the fastest starter, but the more ice there is, the better a chance they have.
Yeah, the Germans all have great form and just great driving technique, and yeah, they learn from a young age.
And so much experience with Jacka as well.
Yeah, through the Winterberg track where she grew up, and just an amazing athlete.
Talking of Janine Flock, here she is, last year's winner. She won the European Championships here in 2015, 2016. This is the European Championships as well.
Now you see her there just tapping a toe, trying to straighten out that sled. Second fastest velocity.
And only 400s behind Jacqueline Pfeifer at the start.
600s back now, so she's really picking up, and we see the snow start to fall a little bit more.
It's starting to drop out of the trees, I think. You tend to get that as the day warms up a little.
Little tap going into Sunny. Looks to skid a little bit here and there. Looks a little unsettled on the sled.
Very similar sleds that she's using to the ones that the Brits are using, developed with Matthias Guggenberger and the Ducours family, but 2800s back, she hasn't got the speed, and you're right, she hasn't got the control either.
And she waited a little bit too long to come off a horseshoe, so she took that tap there, losing a little bit of speed. 5th fastest speed, so I don't think Janine will be happy with this run.
Wearing the yellow vest of the World Cup points leader.
Yeah, she's just a little bit off all the way down the track.
Yeah, that was a training run, wasn't it? Yeah. Mickey Grunberger, her coach, the face says it all. 1:12.17, 9/10 back.
Yeah, just not the run we're used to seeing out of Janine. Just she got off from starting in Sunny and just made little mistakes all the way down the track. See, a little bit too far around horseshoe, and she kind of falls out of there. And you take that tap, ooh. Yeah, that's a hit more than a tap.
That's telephone shoulder. Everybody is black and blue down their left shoulder and biceps. No question. So Jacka Pfeifer with the fastest run so far, early in our first heat. Next up, Susanne Kreher of Germany, world champion on this track back in February 2023. The next Worlds here, make a note, will be in 2028. Why is that a significant date? It will be 100 years after the first Winter Olympic Games here in St. Moritz on the same track.
Amazing.
Well, Skeleton won't be, because Skeleton was on the Cresta run.
They were, yes.
But the modern Skeleton will be on the Bob track. At least I assume it will.
But still, to be building this track 100 years later, over 100 years later, it's amazing.
Yeah, they celebrated their 125th anniversary, or they will, in a couple of years.
And so far, Suzanne's looking good. A little early out of Dixon.
Steering quite hard. She had her elbow out there as well.
That was a nice horseshoe. Yeah, look at that speed. She really minimized what she had to do on the exit of that corner. So far, so good. Fastest speeds, 1900s.
She's bringing it down by not much, though.
Yeah, we'll see right here on her top speed.
She's just the tiniest fraction ahead of Jacqueline Pfeifer in the forest, and now loses a little bit of that ground. First to second is only 900, so she's third at the line. But Kimberley Bos in fourth, who was first off, is nearly half a second back.
Yeah, she took it a little bit hard out of Gunter Sachs. And you could see that sideways pressure. So really didn't let the sled go and really accelerate down into Martineau.
It's a good place to be starting from. Nice height in horseshoe. Wow.
Yeah, that is ideal. That's Noelle Pike's pace height right there. Taking it up and really letting it fly there.
Early on, though, particularly on a colder morning, you'd be right up in the frost.
It would be.
So, Kim Meylemans of Belgium. Meylemans, silver medalist here last year, and she was really storming in training.
Yeah, look at that start, 5:24. So ties the start record.
Yep. Same as Tabitha Stoecker, and nice and quiet, just a little bit of swiveling from the hips to try and straighten the sled.
And 3,600's up right there, so let's see what she's got here through the snake.
Again, she started 1700s quicker than the current leader, Jacqueline Pfeifer, so that multiplies itself.
Yeah, sure. But Jacka was gaining speed all the way down, but Kim seems to be doing the same thing. 4,100's up in the lead. Good horseshoe. 39, so she didn't lose too much through there, and she's got the fastest speeds.
She just really works on this track. Again, the longer the track, the more she likes it.
And fast again, so she's picking up speed, so this is a great run by Kim.
Out to Gunter Sachs, named after the longtime president of the Bob Club.
And 129.37 speed.
Top speed all the way and across the line. New track record, exactly. 1:10.78. There you saw the coach, Richard Bromley. He builds the sleds for Kim Meylemans and Nicole Silveira. And yeah, very happy with that.
Yeah, that was an excellent run.
They were just a little off form last week when they were in Winterberg, but right back to their best.
Yeah, I can see good height by Kim, getting it right up there. And she's got that toe out there just in case. Really nice.
It was kind of hovering, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Like
just in case she needed it.
Yeah, like a motorcycle racer, just dangling in the air. Next up for Great Britain is Freya Tarbit. 17th here last year. But again, she was having good runs in training. Ooh, little tap in kink one.
5:37, so a good start.
Yep.
Competitive.
Ooh.
Oh, a lot of trouble there in that second kink.
And that is really going to drag the speed out of the sled.
Yeah, you can see her drop 2 spots there. Yeah, it's so flat up there at the top of the track, and you really need to build that speed. And anything you take away from it just hurts you. Another tap there.
Yeah, tapping into Sunny, tapping out of Sunny as well. Into Nash and through Dixon. And a tap coming up to Horseshoe.
Good height.
But a big toast here as well.
Yeah. But she picked up some speed there, Martin. She went from 7th to 6th. So that height helped her. Up top, her shoulders and head were a little bit high. She's got them down now.
Yeah.
And trying to really melt into that side, these last 4 rights before Martineau. Into Martineau, kind of up and down.
Yeah,
4th fastest speed.
Really saw the sled skid as she tried to ease it onto the turn. It just was not having it. 1:11.92. Again, like Janine Flock, didn't have the control that you want to see in the sled. It might be as the track warms up that the setup, the runner choice will be better.
Yeah, it could be. She just didn't look comfortable on the run.
Yeah. All right, from the beginning, it was just kind of meandering underneath her, wasn't it?
Yeah. You see right there, she's fine, but then she pulls hard to that right and takes that tap. She gets that height.
She was right up by the woodwork.
Yeah, she may have dragged her toe just a little bit, but that's where she stopped the bleeding, so to speak.
9th of our 25 sliders, and this is our Olympic champion, Hannah Neise. Neise has not had a medal on this track.
Yeah, Hannah's a great slider, so let's see what she can do here.
A little bump out of that right-hand groove.
Yeah.
Again, your classic German slider. The longer the track, the more she likes it. Again, she's got her right elbow just sort of sticking out a little there.
Yeah.
Trying to not drag the toe, but just trying to persuade the sled to stay off the wall.
And she's in 9th right now, heading into Snake.
Well, always think this is so much like racing motorcycles. The body is so much a part of the overall weight and movement of the sled.
Yeah, absolutely. A little early out of Dixon.
Yeah, wasn't she?
And fighting it and hard off of Horseshoe. Yeah, just not the smoothest of runs. And St. Moritz takes a while to really learn the little nuances of the track itself.
7th at the start, out to 9th. She's behind Janine Flock at the moment, which is not normally a bad place to be.
No.
But at the moment, Janine has been the slowest again. Just taps everywhere. And same thing again. Coming on to Martineau, sled's not playing at all.
Yeah. 1:11.96, 7th place.
All right, so a couple of hundreds ahead of Anna Fernstaedt, 500s ahead of Anna Fernstaedt, and 19 hundredths ahead of Janine Flock, but...
Yeah, not the run that Hannah was looking for.
No, definitely not.
Just kind of fighting it all the way down the track.
The problems here, particularly with the weather this week, they had one really cold day and one slightly snowy day, and so then you're really licking your finger and sticking it in the air as to get, I mean... You know,
you want that track to be as fast as possible, so when you go into the race, you're used to that speed, and when you get snow, it doesn't help your the cause.
Let's see what Amelia Coltman has got for us this morning. European Championship silver medalist last year, 5:32.
Yeah, so far so good. Good start.
Decent zero kink, or kink 1. Only 800s behind. Kim Meylemans, the current leader, but that goes away. She was not quiet enough in those very slight corners at the top.
Yeah, but that start efficiency is usually by 3 by that entrance to the wall. So she's holding her place right now, 3rd place through Nash and Dixon. A little hard off of Dixon.
Keeps it off the wall. Good height.
Yeah, see what the speed is here.
Ooh, scrambling telephone to Shamrock, and
really hard through those 2 corners.
Yeah.
Let's see what the split. Yeah, she's losing time now.
Again, looks like she doesn't have the control of the sled that she was hoping for.
Yeah, and just a little bit off all the way through.
Yeah.
Those 4 right corners there, and then into Martineau, 10th fastest speed.
So 10th slider, which means slowest speed, and at the line, drops from 3rd at the start to 6th position. Well, the men have already had one race Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. in a bit of snow. So there's something that their teammates can pick from that, but today is another totally different day, and the track surface changes so much.
Yeah, it's so warm today, you know, relatively speaking, for St. Moritz. Yeah, good position there on the sled. But then you see as she gets into that next corner, she just drove way too hard.
It's probably actually colder back home in the UK than it is here this morning. Next up, Switzerland's Sarah Schmied.
Yeah, Sarah's got a good draw today.
Yeah, and another great-looking helmet. Actually, she'd probably have preferred to be 24th or 25th today of all days.
Yeah.
Especially when you're not battling to make the cut, because there's only 25 sleds.
5:28, that's an excellent start.
That is a good start, isn't it? I was thinking about this the other day, you know, her and particularly the Buff brothers live in St. Moritz, train here all summer long, and then they come back here. They're actually acclimatized to the lack of oxygen here, and nobody else is. So physically, it's almost like the Utah Jazz playing at home.
Yeah, absolutely. Plays to her benefit.
Yeah.
Ooh. That tap out of Sunny came out too early, too much pressure.
The one thing the Swiss don't have is home track advantage, because there is no home track pre-season.
No, there's no preseason track to get used to, but
it's a golf course.
It is. Yeah, not the speed Sarah's looking for. She's in 11th right now, 11th fastest speed.
Yeah, off the 3rd best start, that'll be a disappointing first run for her. How do Gunter Sachs down the straight, got to try and keep it dead level until you come down into Martineau and Portago. And everybody, bobsleigh and skeleton, taking taps between Martineau and Portago this year.
Yeah, 1:12.67. We'll see that if that's enough to keep her in the top 25 for the second heat.
And those 2 bottom corners,
because there's only 25.
Yeah, those 2 bottom corners are joined up by a bridge, basically, which goes over the Cresta Run, which runs underneath it. So the Cresta Run And the bobsleigh track run basically on parallel
how she
paths.
came off a little early off there and just tapped that wall in an Ash Dixon. And then there.
Big skids again. Seeing a lot of that.
Late in the Devil's Dyke, yeah.
Yeah. So Kelly Curtis of the USA, 7th place in last year's race. And again, this track works really well for her. I was talking to her a couple of days ago in training, and she said, I live in Italy. Can I kind of be in the European Championships as well? I said, no, well, we might give you a half a position.
Yeah, that was a good start by Kelly, 5:29, and she went from 4th to 3rd already, and she's only 1,500s behind.
And she started 500s behind Kim, so that multiplier now should hopefully start to unravel.
Yeah, 2,300s behind.
I watch her, I see Noelle Piker's pace a lot. She had a lot of success on this track.
Yeah. Kelly's got a little bit of a skid going into Horseshoe. And you can see she lost some time there. 3,600s back, only the 9th fastest speed.
Yeah, that double toe drag through Horseshoe really not helping.
Yeah, so unsettled going into Horseshoe. 6th fastest speed now, so she's picking it back up again. Really needs to let this sled fly down towards the bottom.
Lines are good here. She had to take a little steer out of Sachs. 4th best speed.
Yeah, so she's picked it back up.
Again, a hit between Martineau and Portago at the line. 4th place, but 6/10 back.
Yeah, but she'll be happy with that. So she's 4th at the line. She's only 2,200s out of 2nd place. And 1,300s out of 3rd place. So
And
Kelly will be somewhat happy with that run.
And she'll be going later in the 2nd heat, and so that means the track should be a little quicker now.
Yeah, see that skid. That's what hurt her.
Look at the head buried there. That stripe on the helmet really shows you when she's got her head buried, when she's not looking. Now, another woman who was really quick in training, Nicole Silveira. She was only a couple of hundreds on the final training day behind our current leader, Kim Meylemans. And again, Nicole, bronze medalist last year. Kim Meylemans took the silver behind Janine Flock.
And see she's going in that right groove, so that's a key to get into that first kink early, and looks really nice heading into the 2nd kink.
A 10th back at the start. But look how the runners are coming straight towards us. Stay off the wall, stay off the wall.
Yeah, only 2,300s back, so she went from 6th fastest start to 6th there, so she's doing really well so far. 5th, 3,400s back. So she's kind of mimicking what she did last season, just picking up speed all the way down the track.
Yep. Oh, again, came a little early out of Dixon. Tap before she got to Horseshoe.
Yeah.
Medium high line and a little tap in telephone.
But 3rd fastest speed, so she's got a great setup going.
She has dropped from 5th to 7th now. Here we go.
4th fastest speed.
This could well be ahead of Tabby Stoecker. Tabby is half a second back. 5,300s back at the line.
Let's see what the speed is here. 128.75, 3rd fastest.
Nice between Martineau and Portago, and that's going to really help. At the line, 4th or 3rd, 4th.
Wow.
700s behind Tabby Stoecker.
It's really tight for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place right now.
Yep.
Even 5th place.
Kim Meylemans has just got a couple of steps ahead of the field, hasn't she?
Kim had an amazing run, so
Yeah.
you can see Nicole come out and take that little tap going into Horseshoe.
And then the toe drag to stop the sled getting spat
And
sideways.
skid into telephone.
Yeah.
Valeu, mais uma.
So our 3rd German slider is Corinna Leipold. Corinna finished in 12th place in last year's race. And of our German trio, the least experienced in terms of overall races.
Oh, good start, 5:30.
A very non-German start.
In really good form. Ooh, hold it off that wall, she did. Yeah, 2,100s back through the wall.
That's where just even lifting a leg a fraction will just affect the sled enough to move it. Ooh, little tap.
Yeah, a little tap going into Sonny. Comes out to Nash Dixon. A little early out of there.
She's got very busy feet, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Just moving that weight very fractionally over the back of the runners.
4,800s back, 5th fastest speed. Her head's a little high right now.
Yeah. Not sure how many races. I think she's only done 2 or 3 races on this track. And like you say, I mean, particularly here, because it's silent when you're sliding it, and it's so much quicker than most.
Yeah, very quick. Yeah, no speed right there, 126. So just driving too hard down through the bottom of the track, and then 7th place at the bottom.
Well, she's ahead of, she's tied with Kimberley Bos, the winner here 2 years ago, ahead of Amelia Coltman and Freya Tarbit, ahead of Hannah Neise, her teammate, the Olympic champion, ahead of Anna Fernstaedt, medalist last week, ahead of last year's winner Janine Flock.
Yeah, and we'll see that. The people that were off early will drop back, but they'll pick it up towards the in that second run.
Yeah.
Good load on the sled, good start.
The track is clear.
So next up, Mystique Ro from the USA. First medal of the season last week for Mystique.
And we should see a great start here, Martin.
Her start is really, really coming back, isn't it? Beginning of the season, I was surprised. She just seemed a little behind.
5:20.
There you go.
Record.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mystique is really picking it up this second half of the season.
And that's what you want to see. You want to see that gradual speed increase, that progression up towards February.
Yeah, good form heading into wall, 800s back.
Who cares about track records on day one of the season? You care about track records at the last week.
Yeah, all these athletes are fighting for quota spots at the Olympic Games. A little tap there.
Yeah, she needs a really good race here and a nice weekend in Altenburg. Again, medium high, had to steer, it's still got a tap in telephone.
And 9th fastest speed, so a little bit low in horseshoe, but was able to maintain some speed here. 5th fastest speed, 3,600s back, so she's maintaining that 3rd spot.
And still, yeah, 3rd on the splits. 3rd place of Tabitha Stoecker, 5,300s back at the line.
Yeah, 10th fastest speed, but we saw through Leap and Gunter Sachs a little bit of a skid through those corners.
Yeah.
4th place at the bottom now.
All right, only 400s off 3rd as well, so.
Yeah, she can clean that up the second run. She'll move up even further. But she'll be happy to get that run in and, you know, build towards that second heat. Yeah, you see right there a little bit low, and so she's got to work pretty hard at the exit here to get it off.
Yeah, got both toes out.
Yep.
And also leg splayed, which just gets that pressure on the rear, on the knives. Looking a little breathless there. Did she take a hit we didn't see? Next up, Jane Channell for Canada. Finished in 13th place here last year. But Jane has had good results on this track.
Yeah, great results in the past.
Yeah. Again, has always been a quick starter.
22.
Yeah.
Still has it.
Yeah, she does, doesn't she? Again, watch the toes there, just kind of swinging around underneath the sled as she just fractionally changes the weight balance from side to side.
Yeah, so in 4th right now, heading into Snake.
So she was only 200s up at the start over the current leader, Kim Meylemans, 2200s back.
She looks clean down through here through Nash Dixon.
Yeah.
And this looks good heading into horseshoe. Good height.
Nice and quiet, not too much of a steer, just whistles past telephone.
5th fastest speed. 4,400s back. 9th fastest there.
Still in 5th position. Oh, just avoided the touch on the wall, but
15th fastest speed though, so she's going to fall back a few spots here.
having to work too hard at the line, drops down to 8th place. So 600s behind, 1600s behind Kelly Curtis. She's in 8th place. 1800s, getting on for nearly a second behind the leader, Kim Meylemans. Absolute smoker, 110.7.
Yeah, right here off a great shot of Horseshoe. You can see those. Yeah, a little bit too much of a cross into telephone.
Thanks for the love and support.
Hallie Clarke, the 2024 world champion in Winterberg. She only finished in 16th place here last year. Hallie has a bit of an up and down relationship with a lot of tracks. Some days she's really on it, and some days she's kind of scratching her head. And I think that's still that young slider effect.
Yeah, she's a young slider, still learning these tracks, especially St. Moritz. It takes a few seasons, and it's only open for so long, so you can't come here for early season training. So you got to learn when you get here. But she's up to 4th place right now, Martin, and looks decent down into Nash Dixon.
Big steer out of Sunnyvale.
A little tap there. Good height. Let's see what the speed is.
Watch the elbows. When you see the elbows coming out, that's a really big steer.
4th fastest speed, though, so she's maintaining.
She is, isn't she?
And she's 4th in the time, 3,700s back, 108.60, 5th fastest speeds.
Top 5 speed. You look at the run without the clocks and you think this is really untidy, but she
keeps her shoulders down, her form is good, her head is down. Not the speed she's looking for, but
top 6 at the line.
Could be.
Yeah. Oh, 4th place. 500s ahead of Nicole Silveira.
She'll be happy with that. She's been spending a lot of time down at the Bod Bakery, enjoying those baked goods here in St. Moritz, so maybe that helped her on her run.
Is that the local equivalent of Mr. Biscuits? She's only 200s behind Tabitha Stoecker, so she's in a really tight battle.
And that tap right there, she might be in 3rd place had she not had that tap.
Well, honestly, she was so busy on the sled. I mean, almost every corner, there's an elbow out, there's a toe down. She's liking that one. Yeah. Now she's got to do it again. So for China, Yuxi Li was in 18th place in last year's race. Last year, 37 athletes in the field. This year, 25. Why? Because they're all racing in Innsbruck in Europe Cup, trying to double up their points.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Came out of that groove and went immediately left. And only the 11th fastest speed.
But relatively quiet here.
Yeah, and she's got good form. So 11th place, 2,900s back. If she can settle into the sled and start to build some speed. See what she's got in the sunny. 4,300s back. Nash Dixon.
Little skid.
Yeah, that looks good there, though.
Really does, doesn't it?
Clean out of Horseshoe. 10th fastest speed.
Starting to pick up a little bit.
Yeah, in the Devil's Dyke.
She's our 18th slider, still up to 11th place, knocking on the door of the top 10.
11th, 12th, yeah, right around there, but
may not have quite enough speed.
So she's got here heading over Martineau, 126.95. Not the typical, higher speeds that we see later in the heat.
Yeah, 111.8. So 111.81, 300s, 1 second and 300s behind the leader.
Those pads at the end of the run to slow the athlete down.
Well, and they're only just getting up to it. By the time we get into the men's race, they'll be blasting straight through them.
Yes.
They'll be going 10 kilometers an hour, probably faster at the bottom. Let's see how this groove is working.
Yeah, really, look at that. Spit her out really hard to the left.
We've seen a couple getting bounced out of that right-hand groove.
Yeah, and when you see that, the coach needs to tell the athletes so they can compensate going into the next.
Our only Italian slider in the women's skeleton field, Alessandra Fumagalli, didn't really notice that Valentina Margaglio wasn't here in training, but she's in Innsbruck trying to get big points.
Yeah. Alessandro handled that groove really well.
I really think her season is really coming on well. She's kind of stepped out of the shadow of Valentina and really taken up the running.
Yeah, taking that top Italian role right now. And she looks good so far, good form. She's got good equipment, good coaching. 8th fastest now. She went from 11th to 8th. Ooh, and a tap there.
Yeah.
See if she can minimize. And that's a hard tap there into.
Again, coming early off Dixon just fires you into the wall.
Yeah, you can see the loss already in speed and time.
Yeah, she was okay up until Sunny, and it's going backwards from there down.
Yeah, all the way down the run, 12th fastest speed. So about a kilometer down to the top athletes. Down here is not so bad. Into Martineau, 8th fastest speed, so you can see where she started to clean it up. All right, 9th.
All right.
Yeah, she really cleaned it up towards the, once she came into that tree bridge, really picked it up at the bottom.
And again, there's still so much ice left by that stage that if you can allow the sled to accelerate, then it will start to push you back up the order.
Yeah, she had some troubles through the middle of the track, but a decent top part of the track, and then the bottom, yeah, right here, that tap going in, that hurts. It hurts your speed too coming out of Horseshoe.
And she didn't get the high line she needed to really slingshot out.
No.
One more.
Always one more. And very quickly away is China's Zhao Dan. Had a run into 8th place here last year. Oh, a little tappy with the toes through first kink.
She's got it under control now in the wall, so fighting it a little bit. Now she really needs to melt into that sled and really start to feel these corners. Tap into Sunny. 11th fastest. 13th fastest now. So just a little bit of overdriving. Good height though in Horseshoe.
Yeah, but again, had to really steer it hard to get off.
Yeah, but she's got good speed, 10th fastest speed, so maybe she can start to pick up a few spots here. Down to 14th, 7th fastest speed.
Yeah, might climb back up to 12th, 11th position.
Yeah, cleaned up the bottom of the track. 14th fastest speed, but she'll be, looks like she'll be in the top 10, right around there.
This track gives and it takes, doesn't it? Even on the same run, 1:11.66, so in 11th position at the moment. That's going to be in the later part of the second heat when they go 25 down to 1. Well, at least it looks like that way, although, of course, the later runners now may go quicker still.
Yeah, she takes a little bit of a toe there to make sure she gets off there, but then picks her foot up and lets the sled run.
And then drop the right toe a fraction as well. She'd oversteered it a little.
Yep.
So here we are. This is where it is after 20 sleds. Kim Meylemans by a long way from the chasing pack. 21st of our starters, Kendall Wesenberg. Been a couple of years since Kendall raced on this track. And I always think this should be the sort of place that really gels with her.
She loves this track, so 5:51 start. So at a deficit already with the start, but good form, and the sled, only a minor adjustment right there. So
of all tracks, this is the one where you have to lie down and do nothing, or be seen to do nothing.
yes, you want to be very subtle with your movements. 6,500's back. She's in the 20th place now. She's just looking to build on the speed. That looks pretty clean down through in the Horseshoe. 17th now, fastest speeds. So yeah, Kendall had a really good top half of the course.
And the noise in Horseshoe wasn't a toe steer, it was the helmet on the ice.
That is a kilometer faster than what we've seen so far.
Really good run from Kendall Wesenberg.
Wow. Let's see what the speed is here. First,
Now.
wow, 6th place.
And still top speed and clean, Martino to Portago. Is this going to be top 4 at the line?
Third
at the line.
Channeling her inner Noelle Pikus pace there.
Wow.
Exactly the same finish time as Tabitha Stoecker.
Yes.
There you go. Tabitha Stoecker tied in 3rd. Off a start.
That's a monster run by Kendall.
Off a start that was 2,700 slower than Tabby Stoecker. By any maths, she should be
just
a good half a second behind.
Really subtle tap and then lets it go.
Yeah.
She knows she's got it. And that's where, she nailed it right there.
We'll take that. Just watching everyone.
This is where you have to feel the force, isn't it, of everywhere. Now then, what about Austria's Yulia Erlacher? Didn't compete in the World Cup here last year. So again, that leaves you at an experience deficit.
Yeah, I'm sure she's been here with the Europa Cup before, but 5.18.
Wow. Well, she was quick in training, but she kept that one hidden.
Wow, Julia.
Got a lot of the first and second kink.
Yep.
But no skids.
Now she really needs to really settle into the sled here. A few mistakes there. Snake. A little tap there. She's the 100th back.
She's got to channel her inner Janine. And actually, this is looking like Janine's run. Tap, tap, tap. And again.
Yeah, just little mistakes all the way down the run. Great start. Yeah, decent horseshoe there. Laid into Shamrock. Second fastest speed, though.
Speed is brilliant. I wonder if Janine's setup is similar or if their sleds are completely different.
7th fastest speed.
Nevertheless, flying run from Erlacher.
Yeah, she's still in 2nd place right now, so she'll be very happy. And see what the speed is. 12th fastest, but 128 speed, so it's not far off the top sliders.
2nd, 3rd at the line. Second at the line. Wow. 1:11.18.
Wow, that is a monster run by Julia.
4 tenths behind Kim Meylemans, but 2nd place and 400s ahead of the
Look
time.
at her. I was waiting for the excitement because she gets so fired up as an athlete.
Yeah.
Look at her. Look at that.
Yeah. Feel the force.
Yeah, she gets so, she's such an intense athlete.
Now down to horseshoe, it was messy.
Very messy. She's got a lot of room for improvement.
What about her teammate, Annia Unterscheider, disqualified, underweight from last year's race.
Oh, and it's really hard skid, yeah.
Yeah.
Just overdriving right there.
But the good news for Annia, only 25 sleds in the field, so she will make the 2nd heat.
Yeah.
And that takes so much pressure off. Now she can just enjoy the race.
Yeah, all the competitors know they get a 2nd heat now, so it's great. Yeah, just a few mistakes here and there, and that skid up top really hurt her speed.
Cleaner out of Sunny and into Nash and through Dixon. Just avoids the wall.
Yep.
Low line though in horseshoe, avoids telephone.
Very low, and then
Put Shamrock on the inside.
telephone Shamrock. If you're low there and you get late in the telephone, it just really scrubs the speed off. As we can see right here, only 105 speed.
23rd slider out of 25.
Sachs corner.
Through Sachs.
And still steering down the straight, and that's not helping.
No,
Sideways is not fast.
no, she overdrove the whole course, but it's all about experience for these young sliders.
Absolutely. And seeing who was in training and knowing there was only 25 sleds, okay, this is a time to learn, to enjoy the experience.
Yeah, come out this 2nd run and put down a good run.
Yep. And now they know what race day ice is. They'll be able to make adjustments to the setup on their sled to try and tailor it better.
See right there, just a little hard off of Shamrock. And taking a tap there, and you really want to build speed there and not take those taps. You can avoid it.
So Sarah Roderick, 23rd place last year, made the cut.
Sarah's got for a start.
Yep.
25, great start by Sarah.
All right, and good run through the first kink as well. Nice and quiet down the straight to kink 2. That's what you want to see, the runners just in profile,
Yes.
coming straight towards us.
That is nice down into wall in 4th place. So really nice by Sarah.
And only 800s behind Meylemans. At the start, so many are close.
Yeah, working hard through Snake,
Yeah.
but still in 4th place.
And only 1200s back. This is a really nice looking run.
Oh, there she avoids the wall, which is good. Good height.
2800s back, still top 6.
Yeah, only 20th fastest speed. So she worked a little hard in Horseshoe, but she can melt into the sled right here and really let it run.
She needs,
21st.
yeah, needs to do what Kelly Curtis did, which is just let it fly through the forest.
Yeah,
Couple of little corrections offline there.
a little tap of the toe.
And dropping down the order. Oh, that's a shame. 18th, 19th at the line. 19, 1:11.94. What was Mystique's time? 1:11.35. And Kelly Curtis, 1:11.44. So Mystique still the quickest of the 3 US sliders.
And don't forget Kendall's on 1:11.31.
Yeah.
Snuck in there
Yeah,
towards the
didn't
end of the
she?
order.
Didn't she?
Yeah, see right here, she's tapped her toe against the wall.
And she had the elbow out as well. She was trying everything there.
Yeah,
The right elbow tends to spend a lot of time out. That's just the way she's on the sled.
yeah.
I am.
All right, and finally, our debutante, 17-year-old Mariia Ivchuk of Ukraine. 6 races in her career. Her first was in the Europe Cup in Sigulda in January 2025. So she's been racing literally less than a calendar year.
Yeah, this is great to see the Ukrainians have a female slider.
And it's only her 4th track. She's never seen this place before in her life.
And look at the form on this kid. Head is down there. Literally, her helmet is an inch away from the ice.
Her eyes are almost below the platform of the stage. She's absolutely tiny as well.
Yes, and her shoulders are down, so she's showing good form. Little tap going into Sunny, comes out of there clean into Nash Dixon.
Well, she slid Sigulda, Lillehammer, and Altenburg. So this is a whole different sport.
Yes. She's just here learning. This is for the experience and really showing her what the top sliders have and what she needs to build on for the future.
Yeah. And it's that thing where young sliders come and they watch what the experienced athletes are doing and they absorb that kind of ability to deal with the races. And it's a really nice looking run.
Yeah, clean down through there.
This does not look like a kid who's done 6 races in her career.
No.
Excellent stuff. 1:14.03. All right, she's 25th out of 25, but at 17, making her World Cup debut.
Yeah, looking towards the future. In 8 years, when we're talking about Salt Lake City, she's going to be in the prime of her career.
Yep.
So,
Ukraine really building this tiny little skeleton organization.
yeah, doing a great job.
We had a couple of 17-year-old sliders last year as well.
Yeah, the Latvians and the Ukrainians building off of youth.
Look at those eyes, wide open and focused.
Yeah, the one thing you want to teach sliders is to keep their head down, keep their shoulders down, and she's got that down already.
Yep.
Slava Ukraini.
Somebody has taught her to look under the brow of the helmet. If you can't see the brow of the helmet, your head's up.
Yeah.
So at the other end of the field is Kim Meylemans with buckets of experience and lots of success on this track. Last year's silver medalist here is leading the field by a lot. 0.4 of a second clear.
Yeah, Kim had a great run.
And she did not have massive ice advantage. She was 7th out.
Yeah, so second run here. if she puts another one of those down, she's going to walk away with this.
And Julia Erlacher, this could be the day of days for her. Jacqueline Pfeifer third with Tabitha Stoecker, tied with Kendall Wesenberg, ahead of Hallie Clarke and Mystique Ro. Then Nicole Silveira, Kelly Curtis making it 3 US sleds in the top 10. Rounding that out with Susanne Kreher, the world champion here 3 years ago. Alessandra Fumagalli chasing her down some really tiny margins. Again, another tie. Corinna Leipold and Kimberley Bos and Janine Flock in 22nd. I did not have that on my lottery ticket for today. All right, there you see the Cresta run, the bobsleigh run, and the train run. We'll be back with our second heat in just over half an hour, just under half an hour's time. We'll see you then.